Hey, I'm Sam, and my brothers' names are Asher and Jessie. And these are our adventures at Found Home Farms. Today is Sunday morning. You can tell it's Sunday as Mom is always busy with her bees on Sunday mornings, which is another story for another day. But I really want to tell you about today's story. Today's story is called Apple Pie. Mom said that we're going to have a bunch of our neighbors over for a barbecue later this afternoon, and she promised them that she's going to make her famous apple pie. First, we need to get some apples. And no, we're not going to the store. We're going to get our own apples from a nearby tree. This makes the process of making an apple pie so much more fun. We need to find the best apples. They are the big, juicy ones. Sometimes they're a little too high to reach, but Mom says I'm a monkey, so I'm not afraid to climb as high up on the tree as I can. I must just be super careful. We all pick as many apples as we can. Mom helps us by pointing out which are the best ones. She also helps by picking us up to reach the really hard ones to get.
Good job, bud! Here, I'll give it to Ash.
We put all the apples in the basket, and it's time to get them back home. Now the real magic begins in the kitchen. Mama's gonna make her famous apple pie. She needs a little helper. It's Jessie's turn this time. Lucky him. So he will tell you how to make an apple pie. Before we cut our apples into chunks, we need to wash them. Be careful when you cut the apples. Maybe you need a grown-up to help you. To make the crust, we need flour, sugar, butter, and cinnamon. Mix it all up. This recipe is easy because you don't need to measure anything. A little of this and a little bit of that. And it will all be delicious. Put the apples in a pie dish. Then sprinkle on the crumble mixture. Apples in.
Yeah, nobody can be cold. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Get it all. Ew. Good job, buddy. All done. Now we put it in the oven. You ready?
Let's put it in the oven. Heat it to 375 degrees.
Don't touch. Back up. Good job.
And bake until brown and bubbly. Okay, Sam, you take over from telling the story. Mom is in the kitchen checking on the apple pie to make sure it doesn't burn. All of our neighbor friends are starting to arrive. Licorice isn't too bothered by the guests. It's his chair after all. He isn't moving a muscle. It's his nap time. We play with all of our friends while the adults stand around talking about who knows. I think we have way more fun than the grown-ups. Mom and Dad ask if we want to go for a ride in a very cool car. Our one friend has a vintage car. He said he'll take us for a quick spin. All three of us buckle in and off we go.
Come with me.
My dad said they don't make cars as cool as this anymore. This car is older than my mom and dad. I think it's even older than my grandma and grandpa. Our ride is done. Guess what? The apple pie is ready to eat. It's always worth a wait. I think the secret ingredient this time was Jessie's baker skills. We all find a spot to eat and dig right in. Jessie sharing some of the zucchini. This story is called A Day Fishing with Dad. It's a quiet Sunday afternoon here on the farm, and Dad wants to take us fishing on our lake. Before we begin, let me tell you what we need to go fishing. We need our fishing rods, our tackle, which are hooks and lures, and fish food, which is called bait. A lure is a type of artificial fishing bait, which is designed to attract fish's attention. We use live worms as bait because the fish in our lake love worms as a snack. We get our live worms from the forest behind our house. Yesterday, my brothers and I went to dig some up. We have to take a shovel with us to dig a deep hole to find them. We let Jessie hold on to the worms we find. He inspects them, making sure that we have big, fat, juicy ones for the fish. We put them in a bucket of dirt until we're ready to go fishing with Dad.
Boys, let's go fishing. Come get your tackle box.
We load up all of our gear into our mini tractor and head down to the lake, which is just across the road.
Pretty good.
I sometimes like to race my dad and brothers to see who gets there first. Stop before you cross the road and make sure it's safe to cross and there are no cars. Finally, we get to the dock, and yes, I won the race. It's fishing time. Dad gets the boat ready for us to get on. But first things first, we have to put on our life jackets because we're still learning how to swim properly. One by one, we all get onto the boat. My dad made this boat. He is super crafty with wood and other things. He can make anything his imagination can think of. Vroom, vroom. Start the engine and off we go. We have to go through the lily pads and head towards the deepest part of the lake where the biggest fish live. It's always such a pretty boat ride as the water reflects the clouds above us. It feels like we're floating in the clouds, but we're really on water. We drop anchor and get ready to start fishing. Hope we get lucky and catch a few fish.
They can get started? Well, we're going to use this bait here. We're going to use your worms. You're going to catch a lot of fish with these worms.
What do you know?
Jessie!
Not even 2 minutes after Dad helps Jessie get his rod ready and he catches the first fish. I don't know how to fish.
That is so cool. Do you know what kind of fish that is?
A piranha.
This is a bluegill. Or is it?
Yellow. I got it.
Yellow, and what's this color here? Blue.
Blue.
It's a bluegill. Cool, huh?
I see the...
Kiss it. Mwah. No.
Hopefully I'm next to catch an even bigger one.
It ate your worm?
Yeah, I was even watching it going beep, 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 beep.
Here, let's get you another worm here.
Fishing can be frustrating at times, but it teaches you how to be patient. My dad says patience is a good thing to have, especially when you get older in life. My dad is like one big kid himself. He's a bigger version of Peter Pan. Jessie ran out of big, fat, juicy worms. Now he has to use fake worms. Still no luck with catching anything. Best I try a new lure. I must be super careful with the sharp hook. Dad thinks we should go to another spot of the lake. At the new spot, fingers crossed, I catch a big fish. Not even a minute, and what do you know? Asher catches the biggest fish of the day. Sometimes it's hard to take out the hook safely. Dad has to help us. We don't want to hurt the fish.
Do you know why it's called a bluegill? Because it has gills, right? So these are the gills right here. That's where the animal breathes from. Just like we have lungs, we don't have gills, but they don't have lungs.
I said I saw some sunnies
Right,
on
so
that
this
side,
is what they
over
breathe
there.
in. The water passes it, and then they get oxygen from the water.
Yeah.
And look what color their gills are. What's that color here?
Blue.
Blue. That's why they're called bluegills.
Hey! Time to put the pretty fish back in its home. Still no luck with me catching anything, and it's starting to get late. My dad says that's life. Sometimes you catch the biggest fish of your life, and sometimes you catch nothing. But always know that you must never give up, and tomorrow's another day. As the sun set, my mom decided to come say hi. My dad said she's the best catch he has ever had. I don't know what that means. Must be a grown-up thing. Mom isn't a fish. And that's fishing with Dad. And the life lesson it teaches me to be patient and never give up.
No, hold my hand. Goodbye.
I guess I can end this story here. We have so many stories to tell you on Found Home Farms. Every day is a new fun story to tell. But tomorrow is another chapter of Found Home Farms. I can't wait.